adventurers. Today we're excited to introduce you to a new story, Dark Dice, a horror podcast that blurs the line between actual play and audio drama, where the story is determined by the roll of the dice. 6 adventurers embark on a journey into the ruinous domain of the Nameless God. They will never be the same again. One of the players is not what they seem after a doppelganger, a creature that can assume the form and voice of whatever it kills, infiltrates the team. As the players are picked off and replaced one at a time, can they figure out who the monster is before it's too late? Can you? In addition to a full-blown fantasy soundtrack with over 30 live medieval instruments and a 40-person choir, sound effects further enhance the story. Here's a quick example of what that sounds like.
The shambler with the jar of liquid inside of him.
Soren Arkwright let loose an arrow that cracked the glass, passing through the spine of the creature. The shambler still managed to maintain its forward momentum, but stumbled as it eagerly tried to bite and swipe at Soren, landing near his feet. As Rowena struck the shambling creature near Soren, she shattered the canister in its stomach, sending its liquid contents spilling to the ground. With a rush of liquid, the small fetus fell too, twitching and moving toward Rowena.
I'm gonna punt you!
Rowena launched the fetus into the mouth of the mimic with a kick.
So if you dare, gamble your sanity and subscribe to Dark Dice however you listen to podcasts, or on Spotify. Dark Dice can also be streamed at darkdicepod.com.
When were you born? When were you born? I know you, little one. Little one. Your eyes are blue. Your eyes are blue. What do you see? I hear you. Hear you. Your eyes are green. Your eyes are green. Whatever you are holding. Does it hurt? Does it hurt? You were not this way yesterday. You are not this way now. Not this way now. You are a creation. You are currently creating. You are currently creating. You were not born. Does it hurt? You were not born. You are molding. Molding. You are molding. Molding. You are molding. I know you. I know you. But do you know me? You know me. I hear you. I hear you. Your eyes are green. Your eyes are blue.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're joining us from, whenever you're joining us. Welcome to Rise of the Veiled Alliance, Tales from the Silt Expanse. I'm Chris. I will be your dungeon master for this morning, afternoon, or evening. And let's go around and meet the cast as we return to our Tales from the Silt Expanse. Look who's back! Back again. Toby's back. Tell your friends. Toby, how's it going, bud?
Guess who's back, 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 guess who's back. Hi everyone, hi! I'm Toby Osmond. You can find me all over social media.
I mean, it was more of a hello than a big promo run, Toby, but okay.
You know me,
you know,
Chris. You know me.
Always be promoting.
I've missed you all.
Oh, we've missed you too.
I've heard I'm alive, which is a relief. Ish. Yeah.
A very important part of you has gone missing.
God damn.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. I think a very important part. Okay,
it's coat season, by the way.
Yay! So Toby's here. Hooray! Who else is here? Kiana's here.
Hi, I'm here. I missed last episode, and apparently things happened. And I'm looking forward to hearing the explanations as to what happened.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I am desperate to hear Cord try and explain as Kronqual what happened. That's what I really want to have happen. That's like, I mean, we've got hours to record, right? We've got hours to make sure all of this is prepped and ready, yeah?
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of time. So, prepped? I don't know about that, but yeah, we got time.
Good, lovely. Well then, Cord, when you're ready, in Kronqual's voice, please explain the last 3 episodes for Toby and 1 episode for Kiana when you're ready.
Okay, I believe it was, where do I... Well,
that's not. It's not you.
You, Don. I guess take it over.
Yes, I am Jonathan Fry.
Hi. So let's see here. I'm not going to do Kronqual's voice, but
go on. Do Kronqual's voice. Go on, just for me. Do Kronqual's voice.
Absolutely not. Let's see. So, right, we went to a ruined city in the Silt called Terralon. There were a bunch of raiders there. It's very Mad Max-like. We found out that Toby's character Rysar got turned into a statue, and that an earth druid that sort of looked like, what did you call? It's not a Medusa because it's a male.
Madar.
A Madar. Madar druid had acquired him amongst a lot of other statues and had this sort of plan where they would leave these statues in the silt, and very slowly those statues and the people that comprise them would be grinded down.
I just saw Toby's face. Sorry.
So that
It's very good.
presumably this Madar could, presumably this Madar would bathe in their remains, or who knows? We never found out because we killed them. Kronqual
Madar's gonna
murdered them. Yeah.
And Kronqual murdered them. Yeah. Go on, tell Toby how you murdered them, Kronqual. Tell Toby how you murdered someone.
All right. Well, I believe it was the first round of combat. Maybe the second. And at this point, Kronqual knew he was also being turned into a stone. So Kronqual reached out with his snapping jaws and bit the creature. I willingly failed my save so I could then turn into a rock and sink to the bottom of the silt, drowning the creature. You're welcome, officers.
That genuinely happened.
And we genius.
Yeah, we all were in pretty much inherent shock for quite a long time. It was pretty like, what the hell just happened? It was quite a lot.
Brilliant. That's
drowning in
beautiful.
in its own silt like creation is also particularly brilliant. It was very poetic, very very poetic.
I'm a big fan of that. That's a power move right there.
It happened immediately. Like I was like, I don't know what to. Never mind. I'll just do it. I'll just lean into it. It was really cool, and I'm really happy that everybody just said yes and moved on with the story and continued to tell one, which was super cool. We could have just been like no, and had the fight like crazy. Either way, it would have been really cool. But I'm really happy that we had the outcome that we did. So it was just really cool to say yes.
Have you been burned by a bad D&D group called? What is this? Like every week you're like, oh, we could have all argued and been really nicky about it. Like,
no, I haven't. But I haven't in a long time. But actually, like my horror stories are just when I first started playing 3.5 20 years ago.
It's 3.5.
And then
buddy.
ever since then, I've been like, no, 3.5 was great. Like, but the person who taught me how to play was definitely not so collaborative. I guess that's probably the word I'm trying to say.
Thank you very much, Colin. Excellent, good. So, Kiana, Toby, up to speed? All good?
I mean, I was a statue, so I don't know it anyway, so it's fine.
Let's do it in character. You're right. Let's do it in character. I like when we do it in character. That's always good.
I like it too.
And I think we should just kick off in character. This is a good idea. So, at the end of the last adventure, the Sirocco was making its way across the silt. It doesn't need to anymore. It can now travel through space and time, traveling through the lands between the winds, using its new connection to the Feywild of Dark Sun.
Oh yeah, that's a
and
thing
in doing so,
Toby.
He's kind of skirted over that bit.
Yeah, Toby and I over here going, what? Where did that come from?
Yeah, that happened.
Fine, I was a statue.
So, Rickis, how did you miss the entirety of the last episode?
Oh my god.
I mean, Saren could have a problem.
I mean, Saren could have a problem. Rickis could also just hide and just hyper-focus on something else.
What would you hyper-focus on?
Oh, after everything that happened, it's probably just like a lot of magic shit has happened, and they don't know what's up with that, and so they're probably just like accidentally conspiracy boarding the situation, like in their tiny little nook that they have crammed themselves into constantly.
Okay. If you've crammed yourself into your nook, then Saren will be with you, and while everything that happened in the last episode happens, which we'll have to have explained to you, Saren says, "Everything okay? What's up with you? Wait, you're keeping to yourself a lot. What's up?"
Well, I mean, a lot of things happen. Friend turned to stone. Friend shouldn't be turning to stone. That's really weird. No. And also, friend turned into another thing, which also shouldn't happen. I don't really know how that happens. You weren't there, but like that new lady, like just kind of turned into a lizard, like not a small lizard, like a big one, bigger than us lizard. But she still did that, which I don't know how you do that because and like I think like kind of grabbing like the scruff that like animals have, kind of like grabbing that and be like I mean like most of those types of things like they're kind of too squishy and they don't really have any of those types. I don't think he was like hiding underneath it because then she came back into it.
Okay, this sounds like an opportunity to hide. Let's just hide away and wait for this all to blow over.
Yeah, that's what we normally do. We just hide.
Yeah. You both sit together, hiding for weeks. Like a good week passes of you two just hiding. Because that's what happened in the story, and nobody went to check in. No one thought to check in for a week, for a good in-game week.
That's fine.
I love how brief that was. Okay, great. And then you hide out for weeks.
I think it's fair to say that you would keep to yourselves. If anyone did approach you to check in with you, there'd be a very quick, we're good, it's fine, we're hiding right now. I think everyone would probably in the kind of, okay.
Yeah, I mean, where Rickus grew up was not a nice place. And there are many times where they would get themselves into weird situations, and the solution is, because they're too small to do anything about it, is to hide for as long as possible. So
this is fair. This is totally fair. Then at a certain point during your hiding, something very weird happens. The ship moves like it always does, but outside the porthole, where the ballista all face out of the windows, the landscape vanishes. And instead of being this kind of arid silt sea that you're used to seeing, it becomes this white, grey, misty strangeness that swirls past the window, almost like you're traveling at incredible speed or standing perfectly still, and you can't tell which it is. And then suddenly you're in a field, a green field. Plants, life, plains. What do you do?
I think Rickus, punches Saren in the arm.
What?
We're not sleeping, dreaming, shared dream situation. That's happening outside, right? That's really happening out there.
Where are we?
I don't know. And I think at this point, this is enough to get Rickus to get the fuck out and kind of start.
Before you do, please, Saren does say, I don't think we're in the Silt Sea anymore.
I think Rickus just looks over and goes, "Hey, no way!"
I know.
Runs upstairs.
Cool. As you run upstairs, you feel the landscape around you doing it again. And as you move upstairs, you again this crazy, sort of strange, almost wind passing, but almost like the ship is standing still, happens around you. Rickus, roll me a perception check.
Oh, okay. Perception check. 13.
As you run up to the top deck of the ship, you swear out of the corner of your eye, in this weird grey expanse that you're traveling through, that you see vague glimpses of ruins of a city, and then it's gone. Of a gigantic tree, and it's gone. And just briefly, for a split second, a gigantic mass of tentacles enveloping and trying to grab hold of the ship, and then it's gone, and you're back in the Silt Sea. A ghostly-looking figure, all sort of bluey white glowing, is standing by the statue of Rysar, quickly casts a spell over Rysar and awakens him. You see the stone effect unkink. And you can rejoin your friends on deck of the ship. Rysar, this is the first you're aware of being awake again since you looked out on that night into the corner of the room, saw these strange glowing eyes, and turned to stone. This is the first you're aware of. You're on the deck of the ship. There's a couple of volcanic-looking islands nearby, and Gulag is there, Kronqual is there, Keita is there. Rickus is just coming up the stairs, and standing in front of you, concentrating and casting magic over you, is a ghost.
And I've been taken up
looks,
to deck
looks
of the
fine.
ship.
Yeah, you're on deck of the ship.
Okay, I mean, I didn't know I was turned to stone. Does my finger hurt or anything?
You look down and your finger's missing. It's gone.
What?
I didn't think you'd actually do it. Yes, Toby, the finger that you, Toby, don't have is not there.
We got there, all for a gag.
My Toby Osmond was also turned into a statue by a basilisk.
Look, I apologize for that last time as well. I'm sorry. It just...
Another story.
Yeah.
Very, like, method acting.
Look, Toby and I
does my
don't do
finger
things
hurt?
like
I mean,
this.
what are the sensations I'm feeling?
Well, you're missing the top sort of bit of it. There's probably a bit of phantom pain.
I'm imagining it's just like missing, like there's no blood dripping out or anything. It's just a weird.
It's literally like someone's. There's a gap where a finger used to be. Yeah.
I sort of look around startled because I just remember being below deck and seeing some eyes. And now I'm seeing a ghost in front of me. And then I sort of like, who else is around? Who else is on deck?
Gulag, Kronqual, Kiana, sorry, not Kiana, Rickus, and
Kiana's there.
And Kiana's also just there.
I'm just casually hanging out.
This is cool.
Rickus and Keita are also there. The rest of the
I think I start prepping a firebolt to up this ghost. And I'm sort of looking around.
Raises their hands, seeing that you're looking to cast something aggressive.
Ooh, Rysar. Oh, you've made it. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Gulag like stomps very quickly over towards you. You can like feel the ship's deck rumbling with his footsteps, and he tries to throw his arms around you, Rysar, and like lift you all the way up above his head. A gigantic hug. Boss, I was so worried about you. You really scared us back there.
How did I get up here?
All right.
No.
What?
I was below deck. What's happening? Also, Chris, what's the surrounding environment look like? Is it?
The silt, but there's also some volcanic islands around.
So it's not green, it's not grey, it's just silt.
Just silt.
Okay. I was below deck. What's happened? That's a ghost, isn't it? I thought you didn't like ghosts.
Yeah, he's kind of nice, but I still don't trust him.
I think you see Rickus off to the side is like doing the thing that like small animals do when they don't want to be seen and they just freeze in place. They're very overwhelmed by everything.
Was I knocked out or something?
Slowly puts you back down and like pats the top of your head.
Team, I really want to talk as the ghost, but the last time I did the ghost's voice was 3 a.m. my time, and I don't remember the ghost's voice. Please help me.
Howdy ho!
And it wasn't that.
That was it. That was it.
Depends on his mood.
No, come on. It was British, wasn't it? It was. Jeez, I'm sorry. It was 3 a.m.
Duh.
I do character voices. I will not have this.
Hello, I'm a ghost. I appear to be a spectre.
I think it was something quite slow and methodical and engaged. If this is different from the last time you heard this ghost, I apologize. But there we go. Right.
Ship, what happened?
You were turned into stone, and then they went and got you, and then they brought you back again, and now you're no longer stone.
I was turned into stone. What the where's my finger?
It was a little accident.
It broke off.
I feel sick. Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't repair broken fingers.
What do you mean I was a statue?
like you turned to stone. Like you suddenly just turned to stone and you were frozen in one place. That's what statues generally are. And then we had to go find you. And we found you. But your finger was kind of already.
Chris, as an elf of the desert, might I be able to do a roll to see if I've ever heard of a basilisk or a medusa or anything else which turns people to stone?
Roll me a history check.
History. History!
Oh, that's a natural 20. Plus 5, 25.
I mean, it's a nat 20. You are well aware of the magical effect of turning people into stone.
Might I surmise with my nat 20 that I didn't see a basilisk below deck?
Or something of that variety. Basilisks are one kind of thing that can turn you to stone. There are other creatures that can turn you to stone.
How long have I been a statue? Because that thing was below deck that turned me to stone. Is it still down there?
I can assure you that it is not still down there. And I can assure you that it will not be bothering us ever again. Right?
I mean, you did kind of turn into stone and then drag them down beneath the stone, which usually means that people die that way.
Oh yeah,
How long have
he's definitely dead. It's been a while, boss. It took us a while to get you and then get you to these islands and meet this ghost here and for this ghost here to turn you back. We're closer though.
Does Gulak look like he's aged?
About a week, yeah.
No. I want to say his sunburn has gotten to the point where like it's peeling really badly now.
Oh yeah. Come on. Okay, fine. Gross.
How long was I out, please? Gulak? Kronqual? Ship, how long was I out?
You were a statue for about a week there.
I was also, there's a gap in my memory as well, and I am told that I was also a statue.
That was for about 6 days.
Oh.
So Ghosty here turned me. Ghost, who are you? Hello.
That's not a very polite way to speak to the person who saved your life, but if you're that kind of wizard, so be it.
Wizard?
Well, if you don't want to be referred to as such, fine. That kind of elf, then.
Who's the Ship? Who's the ghost?
That's my very good friend, whose name the DM is currently looking up.
Yarr, haven't got all day. Sharpish.
That's my friend Hakar. Hakar is the one who brought me back when I was destroyed.
Ah. Curious
and I've just taught the ship a valuable new lesson about how to move through spaces in an ongoing effort to make this ship everything I want it to be.
Yeah, it's ominous. But yes, we also made a travel point to a very
Green!
lush jungle.
Green! Lots of green.
Oh,
That was
rather.
actually a thing. We saw green, right? So much green. I don't think I've ever seen that much
Yes.
green.
Where were you this whole time? Were you
I was down below. You said a whole week passed by? It didn't feel like a whole week. I guess that happens when you don't sleep that much.
Oh, well, I'm very happy you are here.
You just sat in there, not sleeping, just wide awake in a little box for a week.
I mean, probably had naps, but like, what's the concept of time when you're in that state?
Ship, where's the magma creature?
Peter's with you.
Okay.
So rude.
So stealthy.
I'm not going to play Keita. Yes.
The magma creature.
Where's my finger? Ship, where's my finger?
Now, boss.
I am not aware of where your finger is.
How did I lose my finger? Anyone?
When we found you, it was already like that. Like we found you, and the whole thing was saying, you know, like it slowly, the silt slowly grinds away stuff, and I guess it just took away your finger first, which is really fast and kind of weird, but I don't know how that worked. Maybe it was when you were being brought over there, but we found you without a finger, so it's kind of super lost in that weird old city, in the silt. So...
Well, I got a 7 on my inside, so I'm buying it.
No, that's also genuinely true.
We're just telling the truth, not lying.
Who rolled to see where Rysar's finger ended up? Who was it? I can't remember who it was. Someone did. It wasn't me.
Can't remember.
Someone rolled and dropped Rysar, but I don't know.
That's right.
I don't know who. I don't know who it was. I don't remember.
Anyway, so
boss, thing about your finger is to get you out of that city, we kind of had to get creative. You were really heavy, and we were trying to find a way to launch you onto the ship, and we made it. It's just not all of you made it.
Hang on. I start patting down my entire body, feeling for any important digits or missing bits.
I checked the rest personally, boss, and it's all there, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
Oh, we do go back a bit.
Toby, would you like to roll a D100 to see if you still got all your pieces remaining?
Nope.
No, I don't. I do not want to explore this.
Then you're fine. Good, right. In which case, yeah, all your pieces are still intact.
Mainly.
I'm fine, right? Still?
And he Kronqual
You've
then
got some
shuffles in
weird
a
scratches
circle.
on your back.
Yeah,
you've got some weird scratches on your back from where you were dragged, but otherwise you're fine.
He's missing. He's got a huge streak, and then also it's like his shell has been dipped in acid. There's like this porous, corrosive surface to it. Yeah, and that has happened as well. He doesn't feel it, but that is also a cosmetic change that he's had.
Correct.
So, the other big thing you should know, everybody should know, is that I don't know how it works, but the ship's new thing that it can do, we used it to travel just by me thinking about the city of Kern. We traveled there to the meadows, and then we traveled back. And I think maybe if we can do it again, Kronqual, you've seen where we're going, right? You've been there.
Yes, I have been there. I do not recall. You were saying it was Shault?
As he kind of like projects towards the captain. Sarkis.
Sarkis is up in the captain's deck and really ignoring all of you.
Yeah, I think that's why he projects.
Is Shault right? We're going to Shault?
Hang on a minute.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so let me tell you all about what we can do now. It's really fucking cool. I've been looking into it. So, all right. Oh hey, stone person's not a stone anymore. All right, how's it going? You? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Not even saying hi. Okay. I've been having a talk with the ship about all the new things the ship can do, and it's gonna be a party. Like, we can now go anywhere you want to go just by thinking about going there. The ship's got a new connection with this land between the winds, I believe it's called. Apparently something about how it got made is connected to it, but they couldn't tell me a lot about it. I'm sure Hakar could if Hakar wanted to, which I'm not sure that Hakar wants to. But, anyway, I know understand it enough that if you tell me where you want to go, with that, and happy.
Handy for a ship, isn't it?
You can see the that math gif where it's just like calculations whooshing by. That's just Rickus right now.
So, Captain. Any of us can do this, or just yourself? Gulag, you just said you did this.
No, you can all do it if you want to.
So we just think of a place and the ship goes there?
Think of a magical thing. It's the same as having wings, baby.
Ghost.
It's Hakar, thank you.
Hakar.
I mean, I've been referred to by a lot of things over the years, but to be uninvolved in a conversation at this level, and also to be quite so frankly misnamed, is quite a difficult thing for me. You, but one who used to be a statue, what's your name?
Me or the other one who used to be a statue?
You, the one I'm pointing at.
Well, according to the captain, who very well knows my name, I'm a stony person who was not stony anymore. My actual name is Rysar. Pleasure to meet you. I wanted to apologise for my earlier state of shock. I was, as you so pointedly pointed out, recently a statue, and it's quite confusing for me. Also, someone dropped me, and I appear to only be missing a small digit.
You're talking to someone who used to be a human and is now a ghost. My sympathies are extremely limited.
I wasn't asking for your sympathy, but I was apologising, and I do hope you accept that apology. I don't normally show bad manners, and I am sorry for that. Please,
can I
be included in this conversation?
That's all right. Can I grab you for a minute?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yes, why not? I believe you just saved my life, so I suppose I owe you something of a debt.
Well then.
Down below deck, or...?
Over there is fine.
I don't know how this... Okay, I'll go wherever the ghost is pointing.
Other end of the deck. It's not like it's just a bit out of the way.
Can you can walk and stuff? That's... I don't really understand the physics of this, sorry. Handy. Are you like the ghosts that the ship creates?
In a manner of speaking, yes. In a manner of speaking, no. You're a wizard, Rysar, and I am aware of this. The reason I'm aware of this is that defiling magic has a certain odor, and you reek of it. Now, I am the way that I am, and I am part of the same veiled alliance that you are, because I have spent my time working on ways to advance magic and to make this world better. And a certain shared friend of ours asked me to talk to you about this.
Taruk, by any chance?
You are as smart as you look. Good. Do you know why you do what you do and how you do it?
Why I do what I do? Well, I suppose I do know, yes.
Enlighten me.
Why I do what I do is I have motivations. I have reasons.
As do we all.
Forgive me, you have brought me back from my stony complexion, but I have, from my perspective, only just met you, and you do appear to be a ghost who... I mean...
Not just a ghost, Tobe. Like, we're talking like someone who is basically a skull with wisps of hair. Like the undead from the end of the third Lord of the Rings film, where it all went downhill. That bit.
It's hideous. Do appear to... Why
Something
do you want
about
to
my
know?
appearance bothering you?
Quite frankly, you're terrifying. No offense.
Would you rather I
must
was
get
some
that a bit.
kind of hideous undead sorcerer-king looking to pervert the entire world of Athos to my will? Hmm?
I mean, I just looks wise, or sorry, it's quite off-putting. I've been a statue. I've lost a finger. We're somewhere where I'm very confused at the moment.
All right.
It's not normally where I'm at.
One step at a
mentally.
time. I understand.
Yes. What do you want? Why do you do what you do?
Because I believe Athos can be better than it is. Because I'm part of a group of people who want to make Athos more than it is. Is that what you want?
In a way, yes.
Maybe that way is to our pleasing, we'll see. Rysar, you have a gift. You can access the world of magic in a way that many others can't. But at this point in time, how you choose to use it is making this world... Do you think this ocean of silt came from nowhere? Do you think this world's blighted existence came from nowhere? It's people like us that made it what it is. And I wish to undo it. Taruk's mission that he gave you and your friends to stop Caesar from coming home, of course it's political. I'm wise to that. He is also part of the forces that destroy this world. His magic destroyed this world. Do you really wish to do the same?
I do not wish to destroy this world. I wish for a new world. A green world.
That is what I am working towards. Will you work towards that with me?
How do you propose on doing this?
This ship is part of this effort. This ship is part of what I have planned for this world. This world is not alone here. There are other worlds. The snake-like creatures that you've encountered, they are from other worlds, worlds that are still lush, still verdant, still have some life to them. We can bring that life back. I am working to bring that life back. Will you work with me to bring that life back?
Who are you?
I'm Hakar. I'm an incredibly powerful wizard. I've been alive for far, far longer than I should be. But I am keeping myself alive to keep this important work going. Where you defile, I preserve. As do some others. It is a rare gift, but it is one I can teach.
What do you mean you preserve? With your magic?
You know when your magic draws from the land around you and the plants wither and die and the people around you get hurt, you are aware of this, yes?
I'm aware of how defiling magic works.
It is one way. It is not the only way. Preservation can draw from many different pools of magical energy, can redefine what it is to bring magic into the world, no longer killing what is around you, but drawing from different pools of energy, drawing from different ways of recreating this world. I have connected myself to one of the shreds of existence left between these worlds, the same plane your ship can now travel through. I am connected to it. And by connecting to it, when I cast my magic, I can protect those around me. I can even heal those around me.
You say these snake creatures come from green worlds.
Yes, they do.
I believe they also habit the green area on this world, but
they may well.
They control that area, continent, whatever it is.
Yes,
how
they may very well be able to do so.
How could you bring... How could you make Athas green again? Could you? Or would you choose to invade their worlds?
No, nothing so coarse. Their connection to their world, not all of them are the same as this Pill Lilith that you've encountered. Not all of them are the same. Some of them do have... Some of them do have good intentions. Much like your own world, some have to work between the cracks, and some of them do. And I'd like to work with them, and I'd like you to work with them too. You still have to stop this Sorcerer-King by another name. That does not change. But there is a way of using this magic, a way of changing this world that we can do together. We can all do together.
My people, the Moon Runners, the tribe, my tribe, and most elven tribes of the deserts, our shamans, our spellcasters use magic, and they do draw it from the land and from the people, but we are nomads, and it is sustainable. Our magic did not make this world barren.
It did. All of it did. It is not your fault, and it is not your people's fault. Athas is a cosmological oddity in many ways, torn from the realms of magic in ways that I barely begin to understand, but I'm starting to realize is not the norm. And I am trying to unravel. If you will work with me and connect to different sources for your magic, I will not stop you from what you're trained in, and I will not tell you it is wrong. But there are other ways, and using those other ways together and finding others that use those ways together will put an end to Caesar and his ilk, and the dragon, and all of the people that made Athas the disastrous mess that it is.
I must say, your words have piqued my curiosity. How would you go about showing me this preserving way?
In the same way that I taught the ship. You and the ship are in many ways very similar, I saw. Creatures put back together after a life of difficult choices. You can draw from the same well that the ship does. It is all open and available to you. All you have to do is reach out and touch.
This ship say we go and do what you wish with Caesar, and I learn these preserving ways as you wish. Call me untrusting, but I have been made many a promise in my time, and many of those promises lie like shattered glass on so many floors. I want to save my people. I want a green world for the elves of Athas, my friends. Can you give me the knowledge that this ship has to transport them if this promised green world that you say does not come to fruition, so that I may take my people elsewhere to other Greenlands?
I will make you a promise. If you fight with me, and if we can turn this world around, I promise your people will have a green world, and it will be here, beneath our own feet. I also make you the promise that if we fail, I can take them to a greener place. I can give up my mission and save them instead. And if that's the price that you need, I am willing to pay it.
Then we have a deal. Excellent. Chris, I'd like to roll an insight check on Ghosting with Ghostface, see if I think they're bullshitting me.
Absolutely.
That's a natural one. However, can I do... I'm just going to see if I can do my Spy's Recovery, if that can be used.
Saving throws.
Dex, Wisdom, or Charisma? Is Insight Wisdom or Intelligence?
It's not a saving throw, it's an ability check.
God damn it! That's a natural one. What do I think?
Well, we play the dice as they fall, my friend. We play the dice as they fall. You're not sure you can trust Hakar. You've been made so many promises. You've been promised the moon on a stick by so many people over the course of your life, and you've given up so much and sacrificed so many ideals to be where you are now. And there's a big part of you thinking, just another person with delusions of grandeur.
Mm-hmm. As I
suspected. Much as it pains me, that's what you rolled.
Very well. We have a deal.
It pleases me to hear it. Commune with the ship. Take this opportunity. It will teach you faster than I ever could. It is not just a vessel to travel around this realm. It is a guide and a teacher, and that is why I made it the way that I did. To guide
One last
others.
thing.
Yes?
Truly, who are you? Were you a Sorcerer-King?
My errors are in the past now. I've learned new ways.
Pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you for joining our cause. They will float off the ship. Just go. Unless anyone tries to stop them or ask any questions, they just return. And you see on one of these volcanic islands, there is nestled at the very apex of the sort of cliff face. Nestled at the very apex of one of these cliffs is a structure, a palace, and they float back towards that, leaving you and the ship behind.
Goodbye.
Toodaloo. So anyway, the ship can go basically anywhere, so where'd you want to go? We can go to your Shault place right away if you can visualize it.
I can. I do remember the water. Well, it's the shore and the water, the river, the fog, and the silt.
Well, that sounds like a lot of places, but okay, if you can visualize it. Good by me.
Is that what we all want? Are we all ready to go to Shault?
We wasted so much time. I don't know if we're too late or not. Part of me wishes we could go back to Balak just to see how the people there are doing. Does it take time? Or does it happen as quickly as it feels like it happens?
See, it's an interesting one. On the one hand, you're traveling through, space and time. On the other hand, you're traveling through a space and time where space and time don't really have any meaning. So on the one hand, you might be arriving early, you might be arriving late. I don't know. It's all very mysterious, but the ship promises me it's perfectly safe.
So what you're saying is, like, how it gets, sometimes it gets a little bit cooler, and then it gets warm again. Just normally in our cycle of what used to be, what would be something like a season. So if we are too late, we would then just be early for the next season.
I like the way you think, Kronqual. I like the way you put these things together. Yeah, sure. That sounds about right.
Okay. But it wasn't so hard.
Before we go to Shault, Kronqual, just give me just a minute maybe.
All right. If we want to go to Balak, we can. I'll just stay on the ship.
No. We're out here for a reason. Balak will be safer when we finish what we came out here to do. Right?
Correct.
Okay. Gulag sort of like stomps slowly over to Rysar, and looks down to him and he says, "Hey boss, how are you feeling?"
Yes. You?
To be honest, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, my skin itches like crazy right now, but besides that, feeling, I don't know, hopeful. I just wanted to ask, when we go to Shault, we go to this place, we're dealing with these snake, whatever they are, looking for Caesar. What's our play? What are we doing? I just want to make sure I follow your lead.
I will protect.
I would like to cast the spell, the cantrip message.
That's a clever trick, Toby. Sorry, you were frozen. Go on.
I would like to cast the cantrip message.
Please do.
I cast it to Gulag, who's next to me.
Sure.
And I say...
Now you gotta do the frozen thing again.
Am I frozen? Am I still frozen?
No, you have to do the frozen thing again, because now it makes sense.
Oh, okay.
He's right next to you.
And I say...
World-class actor. Used to be in Game of Thrones, and this is what we get.
Toby jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Gulag, my friend. Caesar must die.
Bobs his head really slowly and swallows. You can hear the large gulp.
See this
And
massive Adam's apple just blump
right, just
up and down.
Adam's watermelon.
kind of looks out over the deck of the ship, and he kind of glances to that palace that's on that island, and leans down a little bit closer to Rysar, and he says, "You know, boss, not everybody here trusts you yet. Not everybody here believes that you're gonna do the right thing. I keep telling them you will. They should trust you. Hey, if I ever got turned to stone, you would come find me, right? You would find a way to fix me. Or, you know, at least like most of me."
9 out of 10 fingers, most of you.
I take it. It's not so bad, right?
Gulag, my people find it hard to trust others. We find it hard to trust elves of other tribes. We find it harder to trust non-elves because we have led an existence of prejudice, hatred, genocide. People look down on us despite our height. You may have found a similar thing, my friend. However, once we do trust someone, it means something. And you are one of a handful of people, 2 handfuls at most, that in my 40 years of life I've come to trust. I do consider you a friend. Of course, I would try to bring you back.
Yeah, I figured you would. You know, I met a lot of people sailing, traveling, being a merchant guard, a gladiator. It's one of the great joys of my life, Rysar, is all the different people I got to meet. A lot of them look down on me the same way. Look at me like I'm just a big brute. Not much between my ears, and maybe they're right sometimes. But one thing I learned out there in the Silt Sea, or in the arena, the Criterion, wherever I've been, and people are hungry enough, people are angry enough, well, they find a way to work together and trust each other, and it's better that way. It's better when everyone works together. And if we're going up against, I don't even know what, from what it sounded like, maybe an army, maybe an entire kingdom of these creatures, then we have to be together. I know that you got my back. I just hope, if it comes down to it, you and everybody else here, you'll have each other's too. Because if you want to do what you want to do, which is a tall, tall order, my friend, we're gonna need to be perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I understand what you're saying, Gulag. I do. However, we are on a ship with a captain who has lied at our faces, with a drunken rogue and a couple of, well, many ghosts. Kronqual, I lean towards trusting him more than I trust most. However, he has had the odd hiccup in being some sort of shape-changing snake creature, etc. And we are with a couple of Tari who just seem to be along for the ride.
Sounds like a group that needs a leader. You can't have a leader unless that leader trusts them and they trust the leader in return. Kinda the only way it works in my experience, boss.
Perhaps I've been meddling in the politics of Balak too long. Trust is simply foolish there. I think you know this. Maybe my heart has hardened this past decade. I'll think on what you say, Gulag. You are wise.
Okay, boss. Well, when the time comes, you just tell me where to point my axe.
Excellent. Old friend. That sunburn is really looking bad, by the way. Do you need anything for that?
It is what it is, Rysar. It'll get better eventually. Hey, kind of think the finger looks cool, for whatever it's worth.
Oh. Can't get used to it. I can feel the end of it.
Well, okay. I guess it's time to go kill some snakes.
Throughout this entire time, Ricketts has been bothering Kronqual about questions about Shault.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
So what's Shault like? Is Shault your home? Is that why you know it?
Shault is, I don't recall it being my home.
How do you know it?
Well, I went on a way walk when I was in Balak, and it was quite an experience. Have you ever been on a way walk?
Is that just like walking but going in a specific direction?
No, it's not necessarily the ways between. It's a part of you. It is neither your mind nor your body. It is where you find your focus to be what it is that you are, that you will then pursue to be where it is you will want to be. The best way to describe the way is through I will show you.
Is it interpretive dance?
Is this interpretive dance? And I think is best through.
Let me show you to the
Charles
power of
Dickens's
mime.
A Christmas Story.
Yeah, no. So a Christmas Carol. So I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna. I think at this point is he closes his eyes, And how much does Rickus weigh?
Oh, Rickus is.
It's a thing we all need to know about this entire party, is how much we all weigh, apparently.
It's a thing. It's a thing now.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for this question.
That's okay. I wasn't either 2 weeks ago. But
okay, hang on. You're 3.5 feet tall, right?
Okay, so more than 5
yeah,
pounds?
just
Okay,
about.
So
Okay. What else is 3.5 feet tall?
So I looked. So typical rat folk are average 4 feet tall and weigh 80 pounds. So if we just scale that back,
60?
brain
No,
is-
that's too low. 72?
somebody,
70.
60, 70. They small.
I'm European. I think in kilograms.
that's true. Yeah, the correct weight.
So I will then, I think you see
Kronqual closes his eyes and then he opens them for a moment, and they are like these dark pits for eyes, but he opens them and they're white, murked over. They do swirl as if there's clouds underneath the lenses, and then a rope starts to snake over and then sort of dance upward, and then he reaches out his hand, and then I think the whole thing flops over, kind of like a slinky would, like on like down the stairs, right? So it does that, but in a perfectly coiled pile in his hand, in his webbed mitt. And he opens his eyes again, and they're black, and back to up there goes gravity, back to reality. And he then holds it down towards you and goes,
that is a small trick of the way.
Oh, so that's what that is. Oh, okay. I mean, I saw that thing for floating and stuff.
Yeah, just like I saw things were floating before, and I didn't really know how that was happening. I thought that there's really complicated flowering thing, but now I get it, ish, sort of. So like, the way that we talked to the Sirocco is kind of like the way.
100%. Well,
Oh.
yes. There is a lot of the way that is still up for mastery. I am no master, but I have experience in traveling the way. But I would not be a master.
Okay,
So-
so Rysar and Gulag, are you rejoining this conversation?
I'm going to be communing with the ship because I want to delve into what Ghost in Ghostface was talking about.
Cool, we'll come to that. Anything else? Gulag, are you rejoining this conversation?
Sure. Yeah, he'll come on over.
Cool. Then we'll let you all keep talking about the way off camera. Rysar, you're communing with the ship.
I'm using the way to commune with the ship.
Oh my god.
And we're back.
Wonderful. So I know what people think.
Unlike
glad
some
you
of you,
asked.
there's plot to be dealt with. Come on. Right, so you talking to the ship.
Is it canon now that anytime anyone uses the way, their eyes go cross?
No, because it wasn't cross-eyed. It was just whiting out. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
why didn't I think of that?
I commune with the ship using the way.
What do you want, laddie?
The ghost.
A car, yes.
What do you know of a car?
Not a huge amount. A car brought me back when I was torn apart, when what used to be the ship I was became the ship I am.
A car suggested that I commune with you to delve into understanding something he referred to as a source of magic which was not defiling, but well, creating, I suppose.
It's easier to show you once we're on our way, frankly.
If I wish to transport this ship, do I simply visualize a place in my mind Or do I need to speak to you and ask you, or how exactly does that work?
Well, you tell me where you'd like to go, and I'll take you there. As long as I can find the path.
I'd like to go 100 foot that way.
I mean, I can do that, but it's a little bit reductive.
Does it use your power?
I can again, but look, it's not exactly the easiest thing. Can you tell me where you'd like to go as like a location, not like an, oh, let's go over there for a little bit, doodly-doo.
Very well. I just simply wanted to test this fantastical new power. And do you have to agree with it, or can I simply bend my will upon the ship and transport us? Just out of
well, that would be me. So number one, you try and bend your will on me, you can go fuck yourself. And number two, I am working for the Veiled Alliance as much as you are.
Huh. Seems everyone's in the club.
Well, some people here don't know
like
what it is,
ship.
so you know.
Yes. Well, very well. Yes. Well.
Get us on our way to where we're
are-
trying to go, and I will show you all about it on the way.
Very well. I do not wish to move the ship without communicating with the rest of our
Well,
crew.
why don't you get a
However,
move on with that? Because, you know, all things take time, and we're running out of it slowly but surely.
We will be going to Shault, however. So you may
I
be
need
able to
someone who's
start.
been there before to give me a better idea of what it's like before we go.
Kronqual. Kronqual.
Yeah.
Kronqual's not here right now.
And so that's Nexus is what you're going to want to probably focus on. Yes, what?
Kronqual, the ship is keen to get on its way. To Shault, was it? Do we need to prepare anything? Is everyone rested? I've been a statue for a week, so I'm quite refreshed.
I'm feeling rather spry. I believe we are ready. Are we all ready, Gulag?
Are we going into the middle of combat, or what's happening? Are we an invasion force of tiny amount, or are we expecting anything? I've been a statue for a while.
Okay, well, I am expecting us, if we were to go now, we would see a jungle. And that's it. I don't know.
This is where you saw in your dream, yes?
If I am correct.
Do we believe Caesar is there?
I don't know. But I did mention it when we boarded the Sirocco, and they said both Sarkix and the ship that we should go there. And Taruk as well mentioned that is our first place to start. I don't know.
Very well. Well, unless anyone has anything they wish to do, shall we away?
I'm ready to go when
do we
everyone
need to-
else is.
Do we need to do anything like hold a rope or anything?
Well, we did. Rysar, you're.
It's just the remnants of the statue.
Sickness. Exactly.
Part of moving through the Feywild. You go all glitchy.
Yes, well, I was doing that as well when I was unpetrified. It's just a
Move the ship,
sign.
Kronqual. Move the ship, and hopefully
Very
I'll
well.
unfreeze.
All right.
And then he makes his way over to the orb.
All right, I'm gonna think of the location in my way dream. Try to stop me.
Wait,
Yes.
you mean don't Don't try to stop you.
Oh my god, just go. Just fucking go.
I'm unsure. Do you need us to not? Are you ready? Okay, very well.
I know, I'm ready.
All right, and
Kronqual.
Yes?
You reach out and touch the ship floater orb, and as you do and think of Shault and really connect with that visualization of what Shault looks like and how it functions and how it operates, again the ship seems to phase out of existence, and as it does you can all feel yourself traveling through this bizarre space between spaces, again feeling like you're moving 1,000 miles a second and also not moving at all. And as you go, Rysar, the ship in your mind reaches out to you. And as it reaches out to you, the ship speaks to you.
You see where we are now. See where we're moving now. Do you feel it? Do you feel how it's different?
And reaching out with your psionic abilities, with your wizardly abilities, whichever you choose to, it doesn't really matter. You understand that this space between worlds has also been damaged, defiled, destroyed. It used to be something more, something greater, something more powerful, many different spirits moving through it. And you get this vaguest glimpses of these spirits moving through it around you and past you. Strange memories of people long gone, memories of ideas, of concepts. This strange, otherworldly ephemeralness just floats around you briefly. And you have a sense of what Hakar was saying, a sense of what the ship is saying. To defile Athos is to destroy the very land you live in. This space in between spaces has access to things that you can barely understand, and using it as a conduit, you can find connection. You can find thoroughfare, as the ship is doing, finding thoroughfare, same principle, but you realize it's achievable. That instead of defiling when you cast magic, you could preserve. Which in game rules has the same effect as defiling, just it doesn't necrotize things around you, it does other things, which we'll come to if you ever choose to use it. But you understand.
So it's just less good.
You know, sometimes you don't want to necrotize people around you, Rysar.
So freaking evil here.
Anyway, if you'd like to use preserving at any point, same rules as defiling, but there are interesting different effects, which we'll come to if you ever decide to use it, because I'm not going to tell you in advance. As you make this connection, as you begin to understand how all things connect through this liminal space between worlds, you are all suddenly horribly aware of a presence bearing down on you. You are suddenly all horribly aware of tendrils reaching out around you, and all of you recognize now the same silt horror that you encountered. That strange otherworldliness of it now makes sense, well, to Rysar mostly. It's not entirely of your world, it is somehow part of this world too. And as you all get a nightmarish glimpse of a silt horror floating through nothingness towards the ship, you're back in the real world. You're back in Athos. It's bright, boiling daylight. And you are high in the sky. And beneath you, Kronqual, you recognize the island of Shault. You recognize this space, this lush, verdant jungle, strange mists swirling through it, silt all round it. And in the center, this gigantic pyramid. And at the top of it, this strange door between worlds. And you're above it, you can see all of this. And what you also see as the ship slowly starts to float down towards it, this entire island is at war. The Pride of Tomblador sits on the coast. And Tomblador soldiers and more of these strange snake-like creatures are fighting in their thousands all of the way up the side of this pyramid. And at the very top of it, a group of 5 figures all look up and see you approach. And that's where we'll pick up after our break.
So we're like gliding downward, belly downward onto this, and they're just like, hold on.
Yeah. It's very much a what the?
Oh, great.
And that's where we'll
Shit,
pick up
half
in
a mile
about...
that way, quick.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wrong spot.
Cool. How the did they get here so quick? Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Time is a strange thing.
Shouldn't have turned around. If we didn't pit stop at Terrell.
Sorry, Cole, did you what?
Terralon, we would have been fine. Pterodactyl.
I
Pterodon.
mean, honestly, if you hadn't spent a whole episode dealing with a fucking flower, we'd be here by now. But there you go. So you know.
Mistakes were made.
I stayed on the ship.
Yeah, mistakes were made. Yeah, I stayed on the ship. You're right.
Anyway,
you,
we've got to go to break. Go to break, and then we can come
All right,
back
break
and
it
do
is.
this.
Bye.
And we return to Tales from the Silt Expanse, where it was burning daytime, as far as I remember, overlay gods. No, I'll wait.
But
as you float down slowly over the island of Shault, you can see beneath you a hideously large, drawn-out battle between the Yuan-Ti forces and House Tumbledore is in full effect. Halfway up the pyramid, House Tumbledore is aggressively trying to push their way forward, trying to get to the top of the pyramid. And as you float down towards the top in the Sirocco, floating down slowly out of the sky, you can see why. On the top of the pyramid, you vaguely recognize a Yuan-Ti figure. She stares up into the sky with a look of infuriation and rage. Around her, 5 tables have 4 bodies on them, all bleeding profusely, their blood spilling down the side of the temple. And on the 5th dais, looking terrified, lies Caesar. As the ship floats down towards the top of this space, looking around, you can hear her shouting vaguely on the distance. You can't make out words. And as she does, she grabs hold of Caesar and a bunch of Yuan-Ti with her and drags him back towards this portal on top of the pyramid. And as she drags him back towards this portal, the ship is floating in. What would you all like to do? You're a good 250 feet away from the top of the pyramid at this point, but the ship is floating down quite quickly.
Oh, boss.
How far? How far are we away?
250 feet.
Right.
If only we could just wish to be 250 feet closer.
It would work like that, Cord.
But imagine if the test went off earlier, then we would have been able to do it.
Oh my god.
It's dragging Caesar into the portal.
Indeed.
I just checked.
You just checked?
I just checked, and technically my short bow does have that range.
I mean, Rickus, what would you like to do?
I just had to look real quick. I want to shoot the lady, I guess. This is what's happening here.
Rickus knows what to do. Yeah.
Short bows can go up to 300.
You know what's up.
320.
You know what's up. Do it.
Oh.
Absolutely do it.
Let's give it a go.
Okay. Make me an attack roll with disadvantage.
Oh boy, love that for me.
Which means no sneak attack as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's still just 11. Both 11s.
Perfect.
I'd like you all to visualize the following image. On top of a temple, a sacrifice interrupted, a ritual broken, a god, at least she believes herself to be one, grabbing hold of one of the most powerful Sorcerer-Kings in all of Athos and starts dragging him towards a portal as a ship flies out of the sky towards them, and suddenly an arrow just bounces off nearby her. That's what's up. That's what happens.
There's an attempt made. I give myself a gold star for effort.
Any more for any more?
Gulag looks to Rysar, and he's got one of the ropes on that's tied to the side of the ship. He's got his axe out over his, like he's slung it off his shoulder, and he's like got one knee up on the deck of the ship, and he looks back over his shoulder, says, "Are we doing this now or not?"
Do we do? Yes.
Chris, quick question.
Yes,
can I cast a spell which takes an action?
Sure.
Because we're not in initiative.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'd like to cast Disguise Self.
Right.
In full sight of my friends and colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
And I make myself.
If you say look like Lady Akasha, I am going to smack you.
Tempting.
Like Lex Marilla. No, like bog standard House Tumbledore person, but with
Bog
something of
standard.
a
The House Tumbler is bog standard, yes.
distinguished mark, so my friends recognize me. I'm actually going
What is
to.
the distinguishing mark? It has to be something quite distinguishing, otherwise they wouldn't be able to recognize you in the heat of combat.
I want my face to look like Gulag's face, like human size.
Well, that's disconcerting.
And then I say,
Gulag's old face?
Friends.
Or Gulag's new face?
crew, are we all here for the same thing? Do we end the tyranny? Yes or no? Answer me now.
I will protect. Right?
Rickus.
I hear ya.
Rickett just shrugs.
All right,
Good
well,
enough
not
for
already.
me. And I step towards the edge of the ship and I say, trust me now, trust me never. And then I turn around and I fall off the side of the ship towards Caesar.
Wow.
Come with me!
Gulag immediately jumps over with the rope in hand and his axe. Tries to swing down in that direction as well.
Badass. Rickus, Kronqual, that just happened.
Yes. Yes,
Sure
it
did.
Very well. I think Kronqual closes his eyes for a second, then opens it, and then out from the bottom of the ship and up the stairs comes probably like broom cam is his walking stick as it flies to his webbed mitt, and then he starts to waddle run towards off the bow of the ship. Yeah, just and then grabs it and then runs over towards off of the bow of the ship, off of the bowsprit.
Are you also going to jump down 250 feet?
Yeah, I think he's going to go woo, and then he curls into himself into the shell and just lets but maybe with his hand out to hold the staff, and he just lets himself just roll down and hopefully land in the silt below or something soft or below. If there's even
You're
silt
over the
here,
pyramid
I don't
right
even
now.
know.
You're over the
Great.
pyramid right
Okay.
now, yeah.
Come back to me.
Because Rysar's like, he'll do these things and he'll be like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And then he'll immediately go, oh fuck, what have I done? So he uses the way to say, fucking jump, Kronqual! And I prepare to cast Featherfall on anyone I can see within range. But when we get quite close to hitting the deck, so we actually get really down quick.
Yeah, no problem. So you, three of you go. Rickus, all three of your friends have jumped off the ship like fools.
Okay, we've
Like
already
feather
established that
fools.
Rickus had about 0 critical thinking skills, and would
is true.
definitely, if you were asked if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you too? The Rickus would have already jumped off. So there we go.
Cool. Keita
That's
is not
helpful.
going to jump. Where you all go, Keita is going to stay. So, can everyone please roll me
The
initiative?
tables have turned.
Initiative.
Initiative. Do it.
I hear initiative.
Shout out
I
what you
unplugged
want.
my things.
Oh, great. Well done.
Nah,
Very cool.
18.
Initiative is not what
18.
matters for me.
A 10.
15.
14.
14.
Beat me.
Rickus goes
I
last.
really need high decks.
Rickus, what did you roll?
10.
10.
I roll real bad initiative.
Apparently. Okay. As the four of you leap off the edge and go. And as you leap off, the pyramid is rising up beneath you super fast. You are, because of the sheer cinematic nature of this awesome scene, going to land on top of it. But you are falling, and in the very last second, Rysar can use a reaction, that is fine, to slow all your movements so you slow down and do cool landing combat rolls, whatever you want, on the top of this pyramid. Standing in front of you are... Sorry, go on.
No, it's not. It's just stupid Kronqual stuff. You first.
5 Yuan-Ti that look a little bit stockier and heftier and are all wielding quite vicious-looking claws and just look down at you as you all approach. Their snake-like visages out as they look at you. A figure that looks like some kind of priest, you're not quite sure. They turn and see all of you as well. And behind them, So I don't think any of you would recognize Pill Lilith, but Pill Lilith in humanoid form is dragging Caesar, bound and gagged, towards this moon door as you all land amongst them. From above, you hear a faint popping noise, and one of the Yuan-Ti suddenly, part of their head bursts away as a shot from the captain's gun just lances out and blasts into the side of their head, doing considerable damage. You also see the ship is moving closer, still quite a way away, but is moving closer towards you all. Gulag, as you land, what would you like to do? This top of this space is crowded with Yuan-Ti, and there are also these 5 biers, these 5 sort of stone beds, 4 of which have dead bodies on that are clearly being bled.
And the 5th bed had Caesar, but no longer, correct?
Yes, Caesar is being dragged back towards the moon door by what you assume is Pill Lilith. We don't know who Pill Lilith is, do you?
No, just a creepy-looking lady dragging Caesar towards a portal.
Radiates magical energy, looks terrifyingly powerful.
Are they both radiating magical energy? Is that how we know it's Caesar?
Caesar looks a little bit muted, like he's bound and gagged.
Okay.
We can recognize Caesar. Okay.
Yeah,
how far away is the moon door?
Top of this pyramid is not wide, so about 50 feet away.
All right, he lands like kicking his legs through the air so he can get a running start. But then when he finally hits the ground in Featherfall, he stops for just a moment, and he just glances over his shoulder to Rysar at his side, and he says, "I hope you're right about this, boss." And he takes in a deep breath and sucks in a ton of air. As he does, he goes to a fortress in his mind, and this time he imagines the drifting green meadows of Kern and the little inn there and the tavern keeper and his wife, how peaceful those people were, and what the cooler wind of Athos felt like a little further to the north. That peaceful place. And as he imagines it, the wind begins to whip around his peeling skin where he used to have hair, and he exhales a breath. Off. That's right. Yeah, he's got like a little bit of fuzz now, just a little tiny bit. And as he exhales on a breath, he casts Zephyr Strike as a bonus action.
You do as you land. You have Zephyr Strike yourself. What would you like to do?
I'm going to move like the wind, and until the spell ends, my movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, and it doubles my speed to 60 feet. So he is going to try to, with a burst of speed, with the wind pushing at his back, push through these Yuan-Ti in front of him and get to that door and get to Caesar. And his axe is raised above his head, and he's going after Caesar's heart.
Amazing. You land, and even though there's this wall of Yuan-Ti in front of you, ready to strike out, ready to hit you, you push through them. Your disengage in this case as part of this is not so much a skipping between them, it's just a battering ram. And you just move through all of them, move direct towards Caesar, and just launch out with your axe and strike directly down towards the bound and gagged figure. It's D&D, so you have advantage on the attack roll.
Okay. Then I'll use my first attack here. A 26.
Yeah, it hits.
That one's only 8 slashing damage.
Wait.
Your first strike down into Caesar, directly straight forward into this bound and gagged figure in front of you, is a true strike. And you can see the confusion in everyone around you. This Yuan-Ti priestess, you don't recognize her, looks at you utterly perplexed as to why you would be doing this. The figures on the rooftop also complete confusion, no idea what you're doing or why you're doing it. Caesar's own face, there's a very definite and the eyes seem to say, what are you, what? That's not Caesar's voice, but you know. There's a, whoa. But yeah, confusion and frustration and total perplexedness. Everyone around you is just gobsmacked. You have a second.
So he.
Sorry,
a reaction. I think.
Yes, you do.
In that, I think you hear "Stop it!" and then echoing from Kronqual, and maybe like a ripple happens, and he actually only takes 4 damage from that, as he used psychic armament to protect Caesar.
The plot thickens.
Gulag grips his axe-wielding forearm with his opposite hand, as I imagine that the axe is like he cuts in and then it's pushed back by that psychic force. And he stares down into the eyes of Caesar and just kind of grumbles, I'm sorry. And he lifts up his arm again with both arms now gripping opposite, and he tries to force it down even harder, just a second direct blow into Caesar's chest. And
the attack advantage.
This is going to be with Great Weapon Master.
Do it.
Oh no. With advantage, it's only a 12.
You're kidding. How?
Just really bad rolls.
I mean, it's good storytelling. As you try and strike down again, this residual psychic energy that Kronqual has just laid out there to try and stop this forceful blow reverberates back up your arm, and you feel like your blow is completely stayed. You can't finish the strike. Just holding it there tensely in front of Caesar, but no strike is being made.
You can see his entire body just quivering as he's pushing with all of his might, but he can't get the blow. He can't finish it, but he's not stepping back. He stays right there.
Kronqual, it is your turn. What would you like to do? You've also landed with the others, but you're on the far side of this row of Yuan-Ti in front of you, all of whom look confused, but also you are definitely invaders. That is a thing.
All right. Okay. Kronqual. Okay, so Kronqual, I guess he's staring right now. His neck is extended, stern, and his eyes are once again fogged over, and with the clouds behind the lenses as well. And he's just staring at you. And you've probably never seen Gulag. You've never seen Kronqual stare so pointedly at somebody and with such aggressive stance, I guess. But in that, he goes, I will protect. And he then will do compelled duel onto you, Gulag. So you have to make a wisdom save.
All right.
Oh.
17.
17. Yeah, that beats it.
You can just hear him grumbling, even though his eyes are still locked with Caesar's. This is for Balak, Kronqual, for all of us.
And I have told the Alliance that we will protect. Are we not supposed to protect Caesar and bring him back?
I mean, you're all right there.
His face softens a bit, but his eyes are still locking the weapon.
Anyone adding anything to this? No? Cool. Rysar, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, okay, it's my turn. So I'm going to use the way to speak to Kronqual.
Sure.
And say... Kronqual, Caesar must die for the good of Balak, for the good of Athas. Caesar must die. The tyrant must fall. This is the purpose of the Alliance, to save this world. It is the opposite to Caesar's. And then I wish to cast.
I mean, technically, using your message thing is... Oh, no, using your psychic ability, so it's not an
No,
action.
yeah, it's actually Scion telepathy rather than an actual cantrip or a spell or anything.
Yep, no bigs. Go.
And I'm going to cast Haste on Gulag. And I'm going to try...
Wait, Zephyr's trying? No.
I'm going to try and... I'm going to try and use this stupid whatever it is.
Preserving.
Preserving. Funny taste in my mouth. Druids. Do I have to? Hang on, isn't it really green round here? I'm like, that'd be so easy. No, fuck it, I'm not. I'm a defiler, man. I'm a defiler. Ghostman's not around. I'm going to defile.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the defiler. Yeah. I'm the defiler.
You may defile an area centered on you that is equal to 5 feet per spell level. Would you like to?
15 foot. Who's within 15 foot of me?
I would imagine that Rysar and Kronqual are, as well as quite a few of these Yuan-Ti.
Oh, it gets the Yuan-Ti as well. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm defiling.
Can you describe how you? Can you describe how you cast haste and also how you defile while doing so, please?
Yes. And as it says on my character sheet, my Muad'Dib blue eyes.
Oh God, can we not use Dune right now? Go on.
Of course we're using Dune. I use my Muad'Dib blue eyes turn first into the golden colour of the sands of the desert.
All right, Timothy Chalamet.
Get darker red. And then a point of black appears where the pupils are, but it's very much not my pupils. It is the necrotic death magic of defiling. And I suck in the life forces of those around me and funnel it towards Gulag to cause more death and destruction.
Okay, when you defile, you can cast a spell without paying its material components cost. We can skip that one, it's dull. You can cast a spell at +2, blah, blah, blah. Cast a spell at one level higher. You're not using the spell slot. Cool, that's you keep the spell slot. Can you please roll me a con saving throw, as can Kronqual and Rysar, please?
That's a 9.
Okay,
19.
You fail. Kronqual passes. You affect yourself as well, right, son?
That's a 3.
Please roll me 3d6.
It's a 22. I'm sorry.
It's all right, Kronqual. You're fine.
So who am I rolling for first? Well, first one is...
No, roll 3d6. 4. It will affect both of you. 4.
Oh, it's per level.
Yeah. You're about to kill yourself, buddy.
4 again, so that's 8.
8.
1, so that's 9. It's worth it. Caesar must die.
9. Rysar, you take 9 necrotic damage as this area of blackened, all of the weeds growing through this temple burn to ash as they are necrotized in this horrific, overwhelming defilement of the space around Rysar. Kronqual, you can see it happening all around you, and it is wrong. It is not right.
Judge
Two of
me.
the Yuanti in front of Rysar just scream and wither as they collapse to the ground. Not dead, but taking a hideous amount of damage from this. And the others around are stepping back in horror and confusion. This is clearly alien to them. And Gulag, Caesar is staring at Rysar with burning eyes. And even though he is gagged, you can see the corners of his mouth are raising into a smile. Any movement, Toby?
I'm probably putting a bit of distance between myself and any would-be attackers, if that's doable.
You will take attacks of opportunity if you do.
Am I within 5 feet of UNT?
Yep.
I'm not moving then.
Righto. The priest behind all of this, watching all of this unfold, looks at Rysar, looks back at Gulag, and Gulag, please make me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, goody.
Womp womp.
Gulag, don't roll.
Yeah.
You've got a 19.
Okay.
I've seen this moment.
The priest
Nice.
reaches back and tries to cast a spell on Gulag, and as they turn and try and cast this spell, Gulag, you shake it off before it even happened almost. It's almost like something made you pass this roll, like someone saw the future and made it so. Rysar's eyes still glowing with this strange sandy golden effect of the black dot in the middle of the iris. No effect. The remaining 5 Yuanti are all going to step forward. Kronqual, they're going to step up to you, to Rysar, and to Rickis. It has been your turn. You do have your reaction back. I'm saying, you know.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Kronqual, the first 2 are going to go for you straight away.
How many are going after Rickis?
At this point, it's you first. So 2 are going after you.
And then there's how many
5.
of them? 5. Okay. Thank you.
The first steps forward and strikes out at you with their claws. The first one skips off your shell with a 12. The second bite doesn't manage to break through either. The third, these are all terrible rolls, is a 9 to hit. The first one strikes out at you repeatedly and doesn't manage to get through to you. The second, there we go, that manages to strike out with its claws and hit you for a 19. That hits you, right?
It's... Yeah, 19 hits me.
For 3 points of damage as they snap around the edge of you. The third attack there is a 17, which I believe is your AC, so that would hit you, right?
There's my AC. Yep.
Yeah, that hits you as well. And the claw manages to find some grab hold within you and strikes you for another 7 points of slashing damage. 2 move towards Rickis, who has just landed and is just like lying on the ground, probably screaming in pain because of the necrotic damage that's burning through them right now. The first UNT reaches up. It's a nat 1. My rolls are terrible today. And a 12. I'm guessing a 12 doesn't hit you, Rickis?
No.
Yeah, my AC is a 14. Yeah, my AC 14, so I'm hit.
So 1 grabs out towards you, and you sort of roll and skitter over the ground, dodging out of the way of the 3 strikes. The second leans over you and snaps down with its bite and claws into you. That's a 19 to hit and a 15 to hit.
Yeah.
Any reaction there taken?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna uncanny dodge, please.
You can. Cord, are you using your ability or not?
I will, but I'll wait for the roll.
Oh, I see. It's
I
a
got a
damage roll.
7. Yep.
Okay, I'll roll I'll roll the first damage, which you uncanny dodge. Good choice. 6 plus 2, 8 down to 4. Half damage on the uncanny dodge first. The second attack is 4 points of damage, which you can reduce, Cord, if you wish to.
I will. I'll reduce it by 7. So you gain 3 hit points.
Okay.
It's 0.
0. So you've only taken 4 points of damage from the snapping around you, Rickus. Rysar, one of the ones on the ground that you necrotized is stepping up and stepping towards you and just lashes out at you with its claws and biting attack. The first one is a 23 to hit you. The second is a 13.
13 misses.
Okay. You take 5 points of damage from the strike as this one bites into you and pushes you back. You are now in locked melee combat with this figure. That is all.
I have to do something like concentration check, I believe.
You have to make a concentration check on the haste. Now, because I rolled low damage, you have to roll a 10 con saving throw.
Con saving throw.
Yeah, make a con save, and it's got to be a 10 or higher.
I'm just going to check. Because I rolled a 2, which turns into a 1. But I'm going to check my spy's recovery.
Doesn't do a con save.
You may re-roll the failed ability. One reaction triggered off. Oh, God.
It's an ability check, isn't it?
Gone. Dexterity, wisdom, or charisma. Yeah, no, I fail. So you lose the goddamn haste spell.
Gulag, you lose haste, so you are, you lose, how long is it? Is it a round or a minute? I can't remember. It's a round, isn't it?
It's
a minute.
The spell lasts for a minute of
no,
its concentration.
at the end of haste, you lose focus for a round, I believe. Is that right?
Oh, that.
Yeah, check your haste spell. You got it right there.
When the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn, as a wave of lethargy sweeps over it.
Yee! It's okay. I screwed up. I should have negated that damage. Not Whoopsies.
Well, anyway. Gulag, you suddenly feel this burst of weird, like, the energy is necrotic and it's been drawn from your friends, so, but also it leaves you and suddenly you are overcome by this wave of tiredness and your energy sapped from you. It's a very weird moment of like, oh no, like a really strong espresso shot followed by being really tired. Immediate crash.
I like to imagine that his eyes were glowing with some of the same light from Rysar's eyes, and like his skin, his peeling skin, like sheds as his body's vibrating so quickly, and then it goes from him, and like his axe just falls forward into the metal of the pyramid. He's just exhausted for the moment.
Rickus, it's your turn. Please tell me how you fix this mess.
I don't know. Rickus is not feeling so hot. Okay. So there's this a fuck ton of Wanty around.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that priest?
Amongst the group of you, Auntie. Yeah.
Okay. And how far is Caesar?
About 50 feet from you.
Okay. Yeah, Rickus doesn't know why they're attacking Caesar. They haven't been told any of this shit. Currently, the Wanty is the most pressing problem here. Yeah. So, gonna deal with some of these Wanty, I guess.
Go for it. Sure. One of the ones in front of you has been necrotized a little and is looking a little bit peaky.
Cool. Let's try to stab. 24. For 6 points of damage.
Did you roll the attack roll?
Yeah, the attack roll was 24.
And that hits, yeah, of course, sorry.
For six piercing.
Did you add your sneak attack to that?
I'm going to, if you're still up. Sneak attack. 13 on top of that. So that's 19 points of damage.
Yeah, lovely. One of the figures in front of you, just as you roll around and take one of the bites, you just stab up with your... Is it a rapier? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, so obsidian rapier. Yeah.
Stab up with your obsidian rapier and just bring it up very, very quickly. And as this creature's rolling on top of you, it suddenly vomits a little bit of blood on you as it's rolling on top of you, as you clearly stabbed it through some very important lungs, organs. You're not sure. But yes, you are in melee with this one. Cool. From the ship, there's a faint... And suddenly, a ballista comes out of nowhere and just spears one of these Yuan-Ti in the side. You just hear from off distance, from Kita, "You're welcome," as a ballista bolt just flies straight in, cuts one into one of these Yuan-Ti, and just takes them out in one fell swoop. Just they're just stuck into the top of the pyramid and out for the count. From the ship is now getting closer, and you can now see it's lowering itself to a point where it can be lowering down the side of the pyramid, so it is potentially a landing platform. And there's another bang from the roof, and the Yuan-Ti that had already been shot once by the captain is shot again. Just checking. Yeah, and just annihilated. That's 2 of them down.
Thank you.
Gulag, you are exhausted.
Sorry.
I'm also sorry. What's the deal with the woman and Caesar? As he only managed to kind of nick Caesar, he hasn't managed to push through. What are they doing?
Well, this is my point. You can take no actions and you can't move. Yes.
I cannot take actions and I can't move. That is correct.
Talk.
You watch impotently as this woman looks at you, looks down at Caesar, smiles quietly, and just slowly drags him back through the portal.
Opportunity attack with my reaction.
Oh!
You haven't got actions. I mean, you haven't got reactions either.
I have reactions and bonus actions, but not actions and not movement.
I'm checking.
All right. No, I'm checking sage advice on this. I mean, that's definitely cool.
Yeah.
When the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn.
I am reading what the rules say.
As the rules.
Actions and reactions are different. If an effect like the haste spell shuts off one, it doesn't necessarily shut off the other. Fine. You can take reactions.
All right.
So cool.
Opportunity attack against her or against Caesar?
It's Caesar. And he's bursting his Zephyr Strike. So he's exhausted, right? He's leaning over his axe. And then that wind whips up again. He goes inside of his own mind. In his mind, in that meadow, he transforms into stone, into a cliff that grows into a mountain. And as the cliff grows in his mind, he lifts that axe up one more time. And with the last bit of energy, as in the moment, he lunges forward and tries to bury the axe, this time in Caesar's skull.
Make me attack roll. With advantage, he's still bound and gagged.
It's still only an 11 because of my terrible rolling.
As you lean forward with the axe and try and strike down, it's an impotent strike. Much as you can't do much, it's just like a clunk into the metal of this pyramid. And this Yuan-Ti high priestess, you don't recognize her, just stares at you and smiles. This one's mine. And just drags Caesar back. And in a way, is toying with you. Is doing it slowly so you can see your prize slip through your fingers. It's intentional. And as she steps back through this strange portal, she mutters a strange word, and it irises and closes. and you can now see through that portal to the other side. It is just a archway.
He just sort of leaning over the haft of his great axe, which is made out of bone, so it's propping him up so he's not prone. He just sort of whispers, I'm sorry, boss. I tried. That's his turn.
Kronqual, it's your turn. What would you like to do? Oh, sorry.
Okay. He'll use his bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike again, but I imagine it takes time to whip up.
It's like slow wind just starts like floating around your feet. Like slowly building up again, but hasn't quite got there yet. Yep. Cool. Kronqual, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
There was one next to Rysar. How many are on Rysar?
There are 2 on you, 1 on Rysar, 2 on Rickus. And there's one other priest figure standing at the back.
Do you know how weak Rysar is? Do I know?
You know that Rysar is pathetic.
I do know that, but I don't know how weak he is. I guess I will. I think what I'll do is I am going to do Compelled Duel to that Yuan-ti by Rysar. Yes.
Oh, splendid. Okay. Wisdom saving throw?
Yes, I'll be another Wisdom saving throw. And I think what happens here is Kronqual has just been in his fighting stance, which is chin under the staff.
Just to reiterate, 2 of the Yuan-ti were taken out, so I'm going to say one of the ones on you and one of the ones on Rickus is gone. My apologies. So there's only 3 left, 1 on each of you. So you can compel duel the one on Rysar still. That's fine.
I will still do that. Yeah, I will. He's still. I think after that way conversation with. Or that conversation with Gulag, he then goes into his fighting stance. He relaxes, rests his chin on his staff, and then he just waits. And that is the bait. He just does that, and he stands there. It's just people will probably be like, well, he's an easy target. So that's what he's going to do, and he's just going to wait for an attack. But in that, he is going to capture the mind, I think, of the subconscious of this Yuan-ti. I think. The Yuan-ti sees probably in their mind or in their reality, they see what's going on, and then they maybe hear like a and that's when then like they look over and they see Kronqual just there as he tries to distract the
and it's a 4, so yeah.
Right. They have disadvantage on
to you.
Yep. On everything, on attacking everything besides me. And I think they know that. Creature is drawn to you. Yep, and compelled to my divine command. Cool.
Okay. Right. Cool. Rysar, it's your turn. The figure in front of you has turned and is looking at Kronqual with some sort of like definitely going after that one. So you look like you've taken focus away. Your focus has been drawn away from you.
They haven't moved yet, though, have they? They move in their round, I assume.
Correct.
Did I hear the word that the priestess uttered at the portal?
Yes.
What was it?
It was a word in Yuan-ti that you don't recognize.
Can I try to mimic it? In the direction of the portal?
You could as a free action.
I try and do that.
Nothing happens.
Okay. I turn around and I want to take in the tactical situation. Where are the closest Tomblador? Do I see Praxis?
There are... Praxis is never on the front lines, but there are a good 15 to 20 Tomblador soldiers fighting Yuan-ti about 30 feet down the pyramid from you, and the fight is spread all around the pyramid. They were very clearly close to their prize before you turned up.
Okay, they're not going to break through in the next few seconds and get to us.
One of them's fighting Yuan-ti that is as big as Gulag and has snakes for arms. There's a lot of very different creatures down here. The top was really only being protected by an honor guard because the big heavies had already gone in to fight the other big heavies.
Okay, is the ship coming down to us?
It is, yes.
How far away is it, roughly?
At this point, it would be 75 feet around, 175 feet away. No, it's had a round already. 100 feet away.
So, Chris,
And
you're
is
telling
everyone
me
still
I beg your
within
pardon?
15?
Yes.
Is
I was gonna say-
Rickus and Kronk? Oh, sorry, Kronk.
No, it's
Unbelievable.
okay.
So rude.
Unbelievable. I'm the worst. But I was just going to finish this joke. So you're saying that we did a shortcut and shortcut over the trash mobs, and now we're fighting the big boss? Okay, that was the joke.
Yeah.
That was it. Sorry, I've interrupted you.
So we did, yeah. You skyrocketed in and dodged over the trash mobs and are going straight for the top of the pyramid prize. Going straight for the crown.
No one knows this fight, so this is awful. All right, great. Perfect.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Toby, you were playing the game.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so at the moment there's just these 3 UNT that are in direct combat with us. They're the immediate threat.
And
yeah.
there is a fourth one that is some kind of caster, yes.
Oh, so there's another one that's not the priestess who's a caster.
There was a second... There's the High Priestess, who is actually the UNT god, but none of you know that, and blah. There is also another priest figure, and they were also casting spells and tried to ensorcel Gulag, but then you did that all for them.
Rysar is having a change of heart. Obviously, defiling didn't work, and also
shit.
Caesar liked it. And thus, Rysar is turning over a new leaf, because we're in a new green land with leaves. And I'm going to line up.
Friends and you didn't like it.
This priest person, whatever, spellcaster, who tried to mess with my friend.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sort of get a nice line towards that priest that none of my friends are in. But this UNT who's next to me's head is in. I'm going to lightning bolt the motherfucker using this new crazy-ass magic.
You're going to preserve?
I'm going to try.
Preserving lightning bolt? What is that?
And if I can direct it, I'm not preserving this UNT, although to be honest, lightning bolt, doesn't matter if he gets a couple of hit points back.
As you draw in a way that you would usually draw to defile, you instead do what Hakar mentioned, do what the ship mentioned, and reach out. And instead of drawing your energy from the land around you, you instead draw your energy from this other source that you don't quite fully understand. And instead of, ripping off another franchise, this time you glow with this strange blue light that all you recognize looks kind of like Hakar. Weird, that. And as Rysar glows with this strange bluish light, it coalesces in front of him into this bolt of lightning energy that blasts out of you and impacts through the UNT in front of you and goes through that and goes through the other UNT ahead of you. I will roll Dex saving throws.
That priest.
Yeah?
That priest. I've seen this before.
Oh, you prick.
Priesty got a 9 on their Dex saving throw. That's not great.
I hate you so much. Good, right. That's an 11.
Remember at the beginning, before we started, when Toby said, "Hey, just want to let you know that I rolled my prophecy die," and then you went, "Yeah, whatever." And you're like, "Okay, just wanted to let you know." And now here we are.
Yeah, so
Hubris, my name is DM. Good, right. So the figure in front of you dodges out of the way because I rolled a 21 and your spell save is not 21. The figure in front of you dodges out of the way as the lightning bolt shoots past them, but the priest takes it full bore. Like, it impacts in the upper chest and shoulder, but as it impacts, the lightning arcs to various points on their personage, and suddenly they are just glowing a beacon of energy. Please roll me all the damage on that bloody spell.
I'm so happy you remembered to level up, Toby.
So does this Shimony Shomony, does it work the same way as defiling for levels and regaining stuff and all that stuff?
We will get to it.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Do the lightning bolt first.
Ooh. 22.
22 points of damage. It shocks through the priest, who collapses to their knees, just panting in pain as this lightning bolt tears through them. And as the lightning bolt pours out of you, you realize you could draw some of this lightning back into yourself. Would you like to?
Yes, and it also does 11 to the one that succeeded its dex saving throw because it takes half damage.
Lovely, thank you. As you draw the lightning back into yourself, it arcs back into you and arcs around you, and it leaps to Rickis, and it leaps to Kronqual, and it leaps to Gulag, and all of your friends now have a shield of lightning wrapping around them that will have some effect on creatures that attack them.
I knew that would happen.
Sure you did.
Rysar's
Good.
just looking like a manga-esque wizard at the moment.
Definitely. Yeah.
Nice.
Kronqual, where the defiling was definitely unpleasant and a definite feeling of like a mouth feel of awful, this had more of a like there is a very strange way this lightning bolt reflecting back in the way that it has echoes in your mind like the way would.
Oh,
in a way that
I think
right.
Okay. I have to think about what that is, but great, cool, that's awesome.
Lovely. Grand. Rysar, that is the end of your turn. The Yuan-Ti you just lightning bolt is going to look at you, open their eyes wide, staring back, and is clearly going to do a two can play at that game, look at you, and is going to cast a spell on you. Can you please make me a... Oh, it's a ranged spell attack. Never mind.
Can't help you with this one. Sorry.
I have rolled a 15 to hit you.
Oh, I've got armor class 17. That's a shame.
A lightning bolt arcs back towards you, and you dodge as it goes over your head and arcs straight past and misses you. Sometimes it be like that. Cool. It dodges past you. The three remaining heavies are going to... Kronqual, there's one on you that's going to try and attack you, and one next to you, one next to Rysar that's going to move over to you and try and attack you as well because of the compelled duel. That hasn't changed. Rysar, it's going to leave your sphere of influence. Would you like to take an attack of opportunity on it?
Yeah, I'm stabbing it in the back with my elven long blade.
Okay. As it moves away, you pull out a sword and stab it in the back as it goes. Can you make me an attack roll, please?
Through Rysar's robes of pockets.
Yeah.
Rysar reaches into his prison pocket and pulls out an elven long blade. Let's not think about that too much.
16 to hit.
That hits, yes.
Sweet.
3 mighty damage.
I mean, what was the point? I think as this figure turns to move towards Kronqual, you just and just like slice a tiny cut in its ass cheek as it goes. Like it doesn't even care. It doesn't even notice as you go.
3 is a lot of damage for Rysar with a sword, just so you know.
Congratulations.
It's the only damage you've ever done with a sword, so it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the most damage you've ever done with an elvish long blade to date.
Kronqual.
Right? I don't think you've ever done. I don't think you've ever drawn
I
that blade.
attacked
Yes.
an assassin, but
half-heartedly.
Kronqual. Okay, the first attack roll is an 18. The second is a 14. So one of those hits, I believe.
It does not. I will parry it away with my defensive duelist feat, which gives me +4 to my AC if I'm being attacked. So I am now 21.
Is that for the whole turn?
It's for the reaction.
But does it last for the whole turn? Because someone else is attacking you now, so...
Oh, that's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
That
Or
attack.
is it just for the one hit? That attack.
That
awesome.
one attack.
So as the first figure that was already on you strikes out, how do you parry the attack that comes your way?
His head's under, or his chin's on the staff, and I think maybe the Yuanti maybe just goes for like tries to just hit him, and then just Kronqual just bats it away very fast.
You do a wise master. Just it's not even close.
100%. Yeah.
Awesome.
Nope.
The second one comes in next to you and is going to make 2 attacks against you as well. What is the highest roll there? Is a 17, which is your AC. But I'm rolling 2 attacks around and rolling dog shit, people. This is not my day. So one's going to hit you. It does 5 points of damage. I feel vindicated. Cool. Right. The third Rickus is still on you, is still rolling around on the ground with you, like rolling perilously close to the side of the pyramid, like you're both going to roll off, but doesn't quite get to that point, and is going to make its attacks against you as well. There's my good roll. An 18 to hit.
3.
Yeah, hi.
8 points of damage, and the other one was dog shit, so 8 points of damage.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You looking bad?
I mean, no.
I mean, I'm still kicking. It's still. Okay.
Now, lightning swirling around the both of you. So, as those 2 attacks are made on you, both of the lightning around you just launches back against both of the Yuanti that hit you. One takes 6 points of damage. One takes 4 points of damage back as they try and strike out at you and are burned back in return. So,
well, that's awesome.
That's pretty well, yeah.
Keep doing that, Rysar.
The lightning around the 2 of you, around Kronqual and Rickus, fades. It was just that one strike back, and it's done.
Cool.
Rickus, it is your turn. What would you like to do? There is one still grappling with you, rolling around on the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab it.
I'm gonna stab it. Do a stab it.
15? Does a 15 hit?
Hits. Yeah, you
Cool.
keep stabbing in the gut vaguely, hoping that you'll take this one out. Go for it.
Okay, through piercing damage and can I do sneak attack damage here?
Let's see. Is an ally within 5 feet?
I don't know.
Because you're rolling around the rooftop and you do have lots of allies up here, it would be unfair to take your sneak attack away from you. So I'm going to say yes, you have allies within 5 feet. Go for it.
Okay, thank you. Additional 6 on top of that. So 9 points of damage.
Total. Yeah, you're still stabbing holes in this Yuanti's gut, but it is not down yet. It's looking very badly hurt, but it is still standing. Rolling on the floor. Cool. I'm making a second. Rickus, as you are rolling back and forth this Yuanti, you manage to sort of raise them up above you, and as you do, a ballista bolt goes straight through them and launches them off the side of the pyramid, just rolling down and out. There's probably a vague Wilhelm scream as they bash into a Tumbledore, who also starts to pinwheel down the side of the pyramid in a 3D animator's wet dream. Good, right. That is Kita's turn. There's another gunshot. This time has some flames and 3 burning bolts of flaming energy as the ship gets even closer. And the ship's now within 25 feet of the top and is now floated down to be almost level. You can just see Sarkix is like almost lazily leaning over the captain's deck, 1 foot up on the desk, and just firing off these 3 shots that all ricochet out and spin around slightly and spurl. Again, this psionic energy blast. Woo-hoo!
Sick.
Nat 20, finally.
And it was from our side. Good.
Yeah, Kronqual, one of the Yuanti on you, all 3 bolts impact. There's just a burning, like, spinning top of flame as they go collapsing back, completely out and done for, because that was a sick roll. Nice. Lovely. Gulag, you feel fine now. What would you like to do?
Yeah, he's rebuilt that mountain inside of his mind, and the wind is whipping around him more and more, and he raises up and he spins around with the axe in his hand, heaving, and he sees several of the Yuanti. He sees maybe the charging of the Tumbledore figures who are fighting their way up, and the ship's lowering, and he sees this priest Yeah, he's like firing lightning bolts back and forth with Rysar, and I imagine I'm
Yeah.
behind the priest, right?
Yeah, you are. Priest thinks you're no threat at all.
He's going to start running back towards his friends with these long-legged, fast strides. And as he passes by the priest, he can't be hit by opportunity attacks. He doesn't have to worry about that. But as he passes by the priest, without even looking behind fully, he just back swings and leans away with his axe and tries to take off his head.
Make me an attack roll.
Well, a natural 20.
Oh, sometimes the dice just do it. Oh, it's yeah, go on.
But not when I had Caesar. Not for Caesar, but for this priest. I'm gonna do it.
Well, also,
for the story,
Kronqual was
I
there
guess.
to stop the whole Caesar thing, so,
No, I love it.
Oopsie.
Oh, no. Did I do that?
Yeah, because at 8 damage you would have rolled would have really killed him.
Well, this is 59 damage.
I was looking at it going, will you backhand this priest's head off? Will you? They've still got 50 hit points. Describe how you backhand their head off, please.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even look behind him. He just leans away slightly and extends his arm and back
Can you not make
swings.
it too insulting? Like, I really tried with this one. Can we not have, like, a too insulting of, fuck this
Okay,
monster?
Yeah, maybe the axe gets stuck. His axe gets stuck in the priest's, like, scales and throat. And so he lifts the priest up and spins around in circles and then smashes his head into the ground. And there's just a kicks him off of his blade. And then he keeps bounding. And he's bounding now towards the one that's wrestling with... Oh, no, the one that was on Rickus got, like, slung off into the crowd, right?
Yeah, and the one on Kronqual got burned. There is one left on Kronqual that has taken a couple of like lightning strikes and a couple of necrotic damage beforehand, looking quite badly hurt.
Okay. Yeah, he'll stride towards that one, and like just keep pounding his way all the way towards the stairs, and he's just gonna try to real simply bury it in the back of his head.
Make me an attack roll. Go for it.
Okay. Let's do... I'll just do regular.
I'll just do regular.
20. It is. It's roll 20.
That's all right. This is not a question of trust, Don. This is a question of why did the dice gods hate me today? That's what this is a question of. Okay, good. Yeah, fine.
That's how I roll.
It's got 18 hit points, Don. Do your absolute worst.
Yeah, this is just a regular attack. It's not Great Weapon Master, so it's only going to be 22.
Yeah, only. Fine. Kronqual, you're going, this is fine. I've got this. And suddenly the creature just like opens its mouth and just looks a little bit like horrified. You can just see it like an axe blade poking through its mouth, and suddenly you realize Gulag is behind it and has just cut into its back of its head so hard that the axe blade is now poking out the front of its head.
Like when a snake opens its mouth and you see like that shoot of their throat or where the venom comes from, but instead it's actually just a metallic blade. Yeah, sweet, gross. I love it.
Sweet, gross. Good, right. All of the creatures on this rooftop are now dead. The moon door is closed, and looking at this situation. The House Tomblador fighters are making their way up the stairs towards you. The ship is floating down lower, and from the deck of the ship, you hear the captain go, I don't mean to be a party pooper, but I think here right now is the place we least want to be.
Throw the fucking ropes!
Do I look like I'm your fucking servant? And you can see Keita going, okay, running around and dropping off ropes so you can all climb back up very quickly.
Don't shoot me this time. I'll take the rope.
House Tomblador agents are managing to fight their way up the side of the pyramid, and quite a few are running up. And you do get a face shot of, hey, who are you? What are you doing? What happened? And they're trying to shout towards you. What would you all like to do?
It wasn't us.
Well,
you can still run.
I look like a House Tomblador man.
Yes, you do.
And so, well, I'm going to wait and see what the rest of them do.
With Gulag's face.
I use silence. I say, grab the ropes, get out.
Gulag will
Ricketts.
like try to offer up his hands so he can help boost people up to the ropes since he's taller
Cool.
if they want to go.
Cool. Okay. Kronqual, are you going?
Yes. And
Ricketts, are you
this
going?
will-
Yep.
I'm sorry. Kronqual, you were saying?
No, it's not a good time. Go on.
No, it is a good time. No, I want to hear it now.
This will be marked down in history as the day House Tomblador almost caught the failed alliance.
And he grabs the rope.
I mean, for real effect, I should have interrupted you, but you know.
Right, that's why I said. That's why I just never mind.
Good.
That's my job.
Ricketts, are you going as well?
Yep. Noping out of here. This is
Nope.
too many Tomblador, not enough anything else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No thanks.
You run forward and leap towards your rope and probably get a leg up from Gulag, who sort of probably chucks you the last 5 feet so you can grab hold of the rope. Gulag, are you also grabbing a rope? What are you doing?
Gulag like does it like tries not to look down to Rysar / O Tomblador agent, but he just sort of mumbles, "I don't think Kronqual was supposed to say that."
I think he said it with a rope in his mouth.
Now, Cord, I will say this because I think it's only fair. Did you make a joke there that you wouldn't like to be canonically correct? Because otherwise you just gave away the Veiled Alliance to House Tomblador. And I'm
No,
going
I
to
think
allow that you are making a joke.
I would have made the joke and done it canonically, but then I thought before it was brought up about whether or not, as the Veiled Alliance, I should be saying that. But I think it would have been better if I grabbed the rope with my jaw anyway. So I think I would still say it, but I grabbed the rope with my mouth like I did in episode 2 or something.
Yes,
And
that happened. That's true.
so, and I think he'll still say it. Whether or not they decipher what he said will be up to dice, I guess. How about that? We'll meet in the middle.
Does it take an action to grab the rope?
Natural 20 I have ever rolled because some of the House Tomblador soldiers understood you through the rope.
Right.
Chris, can I assume that grabbing a rope isn't an entire action? I can do an action and grab the rope?
Yeah, sure.
Great, because...
If it's a good story, yeah.
Yeah, it's good for story. So the stairs coming up the pyramid, is it a stairwell? Is it a...
It's a step
side,
pyramid.
is it?
It's a step pyramid. There are stairs up the side.
So, and is it a wide stairway? Is it a thin stairway? What sort of stairway is it?
That's a level
5
of
foot
detail I'm
wide?
not sure of. Don, is it a wide stairway or a thin stairway?
It's a wide stairway.
It's a wide
Pretty
stairway.
wide.
There we go.
How wide are we saying, roughly?
That was easy.
Yeah, I think I said 20 feet. I'm pretty sure I said 20 feet last season.
There we go.
We'll check
Yeah.
the tapes.
Okay, well, I'm going to just chuck a lightning bolt at the closest group. It's 5 foot wide, 100 foot long.
You're
And
going
I'm
to
kind of
lightning bolt
thinking-
a group of House Tomblador. Okay.
Yeah. Because
Chain reaction.
I'm hoping that the noise will drown out some of what K-Talk said. And if not, I'm hoping that exploding heads will stop loose lips. So it really is K-Talk's fault
Wow, that's a
that
law
these
fiction
people are going
post
to
they
die.
ever made, is it? Exploding heads don't sink ships. Good, right, okay.
That's how it goes.
Can you please make me... No, it's dex saves, sorry.
Like most deaths in this game, it is K-Tort's fault.
Roll me the damage, please.
Except for everything that Gulag does. He's the one who kills everything, so never mind.
Ooh, 30. And I'm trying to sort of further explore this new type of magic I'm using if there's anything else I can do with the side effects, if I can heal myself, if I can make it more powerful, if I can, I don't know.
You can't do more damage with it because that's not how preserving works.
Okay.
But you could, for example, draw some of the essence of the people you are lightning bolting to death back into yourself. And unlike with defiling, where it is necrotizing the land around, it is simply drawing their life force to you as it leaves their body.
I'll do that.
Cool. Okay. So lightning bolt. So roll me 3d6.
Oh, right, cool.
Yeah, you roll it.
2. 5, so that's 7. 2, 9.
You heal 9 points of damage.
I think that's exactly how much I've lost.
Nice. Dice taketh away. Apparently equally. And
it is nice, back to full.
And as you lightning bolt this group and step back, and are you grabbing a rope as well? Do you say anything?
Fly!
Okay.
Please.
Lovely. You did because you said things. As you grab hold of the rope, Gulag is with you, also grabbing hold of a rope. Kronqual is rope, and Rickus is climbing up one of the ropes as the captain turns and tries to... The ship is still sinking down. It can't fly. It can only hover. So it's just been doing a very slow... And as the ship is floating down the side of the pyramid, floating towards a mass of House Tumbledore soldiers, the captain does shout, "All right, guess we're going. Where are we going? Anyone?"
Literally anywhere, as long as it's within 6 seconds.
That's not how it works.
Are we back on the ship?
You can be making your way up the ropes, yes.
I think Gulag is like looking out in horror. He's looking down in horror at the House Tumbledore figures that Rysar murdered because he didn't sign up for that. He is not. He has no reason to be an like. He doesn't understand. Like, why did they have to die? Why did those men have to die? He kind of understands Caesar, but he doesn't understand that. And did Gulag get a look at what was through that portal when he was right there in front of it? Was he able to see through anything?
When you looked through behind this priestess and with where she was dragging Caesar towards, the jungle-like area of Shault seemed to continue into the horizon. Jungle, swamp, fetid, green landscape going on as far as the eye could see.
That's what he thinks of, as hard as he can. What he saw beyond the portal.
Cool. As you think of that, and as the ship, again, phases out of existence, Tumbledore agents running up towards it going, "What's that? What?" As the ship goes. As the ship goes, and goes back into these grey spaces, the spaces you feel happy and comfortable and starting to feel somewhat safe in, although recently you saw a rather terrifying figure in the middle of that, you all feel this time something about it is different. You're not quite sure what it is, as the ship seems to twist and parts of it seem to warp, and with a strange blink, you are all gone. But you don't know where you end up. Because that's what's coming next time on Rise of the Veiled Alliance. The crossover. Oh my god, it's our first crossover. What's going to happen? Find out next time. So, Rysar's a bastard.
Oh. Whoa.
We knew that.
Pyramid is frying pan. House Tumbledore are eggs. Kronqual insisted on having omelette for dinner. Am I right?
No. No, you are not.
How many did it kill? Did I see how many exploded?
3 of them. 3 of them got torn
only
to
3.
shreds by you.
100 foot.
Rise, Lord
pyramid.
Rysar, and become Lord Rathlemere.
Pull up my hood.
Hey, Toby, how's it hanging,
Yeah.
bud? First one back in a
Yeah,
while,
good.
and you managed to piss everyone off. That's pretty impressive, even by your standards.
Whoa, don't put thoughts in people's minds. I don't think I pissed
sorry.
everyone off.
Everyone, did Rysar piss you off?
They're off the screen now. It's my time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Toby, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself, darling?
I'm a nice guy.
That's what they all say.
I've had a haircut. I had a shave. That's about it, really.
I like how Rysar's the same age as you, by the way. Just throwing in Kaj, the 40s. It's good.
I am younger than Rysar. Thank you very much, Chris.
Like a year younger than Rysar, right?
No, I'm 21. So it's on my contract. Is that
I mean,
laughing in
Toby,
the
if you're
background as well?
21,
Why is everyone
if
laughing?
you're 21, you've had 21 harrowing years. Correct, baby.
How very, very dare you.
I mean, start firing back, buddy.
No, because I'm nice. I had a
Sure.
fantastic game. Thanks very much.
That was lovely. Bit different, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it as well. I like the crossing and the straddling of the defiling and the preserving magic.
I like the preserving's coming. That's great, and I love the way you're playing with it and seeing what it can do because it is a bit more expansive, has more context points. Yes.
All right. And also, I like that Rysar is not a creature that is easy to trust. He doesn't trust people, almost never.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, elves in Athas don't trust people. They find it very hard to trust people. Like, they'll play tricks on them to see how trustworthy they are and that sort of stuff. And when I rolled that one for Skull-Headed Ghost Man, I thought, I don't know if I'm... Yeah. Was it a person? Were they?
Yeah, they were there, yeah.
Ghost-headed they person.
Well done.
I was like, am I prepared to put my faith in this person who's a ghost with a skull head?
That felt like a perfect story moment for me. It was that moment of I had delivered an excellent monologue, if I do say so myself. We'd got some really lovely story points through. You were having a good chat about the ideas that were being brought up, and then rolled a 1. Like all of it was for naught. But also, it was perfectly for naught and in character that it was for naught, and I really loved that. Thank you for playing along.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I mean, Rysar basically always rolls a 1 if someone really is telling the truth. Anyway, it's like that's how paranoid he is. So yeah,
I like that.
Yes,
It was a really nice point. Anyway, tell us more about yourself, darling.
I'm an actor, mediocre at best, many would say. I am on social media, and I play this lovely game here. That's about it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Find
Would
me
you
on
like to give your
social. I
social
love
media-
followers.
Yeah,
Oh,
would
at
you like to give your social media
Osmond.
handles? Yeah.
Mr.T.Osmond on the gram. Toby Osmond Actor on Facebook. At Toby Osmond on Twitter. That's it.
Thank you very much, Toby. You can go away now. I want to talk to all of you. Who's next? Kiana, I want to talk to Rickis. Let's do this.
Yeah. Rick has had a time this episode.
Yeah.
They understand more things, and they have many more questions about other things, such as, Rysar, why did you hurt me?
What do you think the way is? What does Rickis think the way is now? Is it like ropes? Is it all about ropes?
It's not all about ropes. I think it's going to be at this point, everything that's unexplainable is the way now. Like anything that
that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, that they didn't get before is now just like, oh, that's the way.
So it's
which
like
also
the
does
Force
mean-
in the new Star Wars movies. In other words, it can do literally anything you need it to for plot purposes. Right.
Basically, they're just filling in all of those gaps of knowledge with things happened and they didn't know how it happened with the way, and that includes, "Ow, Rysar, why did you hurt me?" There's gonna be some consequence to that.
I mean, to be fair, there will be time to discuss it, but also Gulag just sent you to this is going to go interesting ways now. This is going to be a
Yeah.
We may have skipped some plot points. I'm happy about this.
Yeah, so Rikus is also very confused as to why they were trying to kill Caesar. They had no idea what was going on. And yeah, they're gonna have a lot of questions. But I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah.
Well, next week you won't have much chance to answer those questions because next week is going to be a crossover special, boo. It's going to be
well, we're going to get several more questions about who the fuck are you? Are you a new friend? New friend.
I don't think we've told you how the crossover is going to go at all yet, have we? So, wait and see. It's going to be a fun one.
Yep, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all can find me over on Twitter at KanaS, best way to fit I'm doing. I'm on the internet doing sorts of role-playing things, streaming, writing, generally shouting to the void. I am the co-producer of Salty Sweet Games. We do TTRPG and video game stuff over there, so come and check that out. But otherwise, just find me here next time, being a very confused rat person.
I can guarantee
that's just
more
the state of being.
rat person stuff. That is what's going to happen during our crossover, guaranteed.
Yay!
Right. Let me talk to the K-Tort. Bring me the K-Tort.
Bring me the turtle. Hi, everybody. That was awesome.
Aw, thanks,
that was
bud.
so cool.
I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that you
really
literally plot dropped for no good reason. I'm very pleased by that.
You'll
never get to the Veiled Alliance. Oh no!
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. There was really great moments of this episode. Our whole first half was a crap ton of character building with Rysar, which was so cool. To see him not around for 2 weeks and then to see that happen was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Toby and Chris. That was great.
The thing is, if you don't stoke Toby's ego on the days that he is here, he's just insufferable otherwise. So you have to really go with the flow on it. You know?
Thank you for.
I can actually second that.
Perfect. And yeah, that was really awesome. And then going right into that crazy battle was awesome. A lot of things were revealed, which was great. Yeah, it was really, really cool.
Talk me through the whole protecting Caesar, because was it not clear from the discussion that Caesar was going down? What changed?
It was, but was it clear? I know Kronqual knows that people wanted to stop Caesar, but I don't think he knew that people wanted to kill Caesar. But also he knew, and also he made a deal with Taruk that he would protect Caesar, and that would redeem his name in Balak. So that's what's going on there. We don't know what it'll do in the future when it comes to trust on the crew, but that was his motivation. He the whole time is, I will protect, and everybody thought it was the crew, but it was Caesar he was protecting. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. We'll see how Kronqual deals with it, because I don't know how that's going to happen. I really enjoyed explaining the way to Rikus. That was pretty great. What I should have said, now going back, is I should have been, well, Rikus, inside each and every one of us there is something called midichlorians, and they are... but we're not going to do that, because this isn't that, and it's way better than that.
Leave now.
Okay.
I don't want to have this conversation with you anymore.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Why would you? Why would you? You brought midichlorians into it. I mean, there he is. Oh, he did it. He genuinely did it. I was
farewell,
kidding.
Cord.
Well, come back and tell us your social media handles.
Follow me on Twitter.
No, I want to see you.
No, I don't get that anymore.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Here I am. Hi, everyone. I'm back.
I'm sorry. I really hate to
follow me on Twitter, or don't. I don't hate them, but I definitely can see why everybody doesn't like them.
This is like my reaction to the X-Men movies. I can see why everyone
exactly.
thinks
Yeah. That's what I'm like. Well, they did follow a lot of the lore, and a lot of that stuff was established, so I get it. But also just the direction. Anyway, so that was that's a ramble. We could talk more about that stuff, Star Wars and other nerdy things over on Twitter, or we don't have to.
Chat is burning up right now.
Well, this was fun. It was great. It was great role-playing with everyone. It was great being a part of this whole thing. Follow me on Twitter, @me on Twitter if you want to yell at me about Star Wars. I probably share a lot of sentiment about what you're thinking, but I am also trying to justify it because I am a deep nerd with Star Wars and I want to like it. Okay, that's me. That's it. Okay, thank you.
I wanted to like it. I wanted to love it. I was there, ready to love it, and then they all let me down, and now I am angry about it.
Myself.
And hey, my Twitter handle's above my name. If you disagree with me, then tell me, and I will tell you how bad Star Wars is now. Don,
is Rysar Palpatine?
That's what I just said. That's why I was doing the whole. That's why I was laughing.
No, Rysar is not Palpatine. Because Palpatine... No, never mind. Don, save me. Save me, Don.
Hi.
Save me.
I'm Don, and I had a blast today. I loved having Toby back. I thought all the scenes at the beginning were really cool. I loved all the defiling and preserving stuff that we did. I thought that was super cool. And I enjoyed, I really enjoyed the story behind the fight on top of the pyramid. I really dug it. I thought it was...
There was some lovely detail, wasn't there?
There's a lot of great details, and I liked that Gulag wasn't able to kill Caesar. He had a straight shot, and if he, who knows what would have happened if I'd rolled my terrible roll second and my 2 natural 20s first. Who knows what would have happened to the story? But we won't. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was great.
Point of order. You and I write these adventures together because you're DMing the other campaign. So we're there to look out for each other and try and help guide the story along a little bit. Where did you take the ship? Where did you take the ship?
I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. Gulag doesn't know. Gulag doesn't know.
No, I understand. I understand, but hey, we're doing some rewrites now because you're going somewhere very different, which is fine by me.
It'll be a fun conversation. It'll be fun scheming.
There's some excellent scheming to do now.
I know. I really dug the psionic stuff that came into play today too, with several characters, and especially with Kronqual. I liked that Kronqual protected Caesar. I thought that moment was really, really cool. I enjoyed all of it. I enjoyed all of it a whole lot, and I can't wait to see what happens next, both in this story and the story that I run, and in the crossover that's going to happen. It's going to be super cool. It's coming up next week for both of our shows.
Excited. Yeah,
I'm excited to see how that shakes out. Very excited. So, let's see. I'm Don. I am the creative director here at LFM Network. I work with a lot of amazing people. It's a great joy to be doing what I'm doing. Please check out our other shows. The Twin Campaign, Journey to the Obsidian Spire. Lots of things happening here impact what happens there, and vice versa. That's on Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time is Degrees of Madness, which is our horror comedy 1980s Call of Cthulhu show with puppets. It's insane. It is one of the craziest things. Yeah, there it is. They're just here with us right now. Yeah. It's a fantastic show with a very talented cast. And like I said, it's just a pleasure to get to work with everybody. I look forward to every single week, every single game that we get to play. If you want to know more about what I do, I write games and I run games. So you can follow me on Twitter if you would like. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to all the schemes to come.
Defo. Well, before we go, first of all, I'm Chris. You can find me at Chris Hislop. I am a dungeon master and various other internet thingamabobs and doodledads. You can find me DMing here at the LFM Network or at Adventurers Wanted, where we have a show on Monday evening, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. BST, which is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. PDT, although we might be out of daylight savings time now, so adjust your diaries accordingly. But yes, you can find me there as well, doing even more of the DMing. Now, massive thank you to everyone who joined us today, whether that be on the YouTube, whether that be on the podcasting, whether that be anywhere that you have engaged with this show. Say hi, join us in chats, or leave comments, or share, like, subscribe, retweet, all of those things that you can do on the internet to take that lovely thing you just saw and show it to more awesome people, to show everyone the amazing stuff that you engage with and they can engage with too, because without things like that, we wouldn't be anywhere. So thank you all for doing that and helping us out in the ways that you do. Big thank you to Dark Dice and to Level Up Dice and to Wormwood Gaming, without which we couldn't run our shows either. And of course, a massive thank you to the LFM Network, who produce, create everything that we do. So let's say bye-bye, everyone, and let's join us next week for a very different group of people doing something very different indeed. See you soon, everyone. Bye.